Hey all, this is Kevin. Welcome back to another episode of Hopcast. We have quite a great beer review for you today, and that is of Juice Machine, another Treehouse beer. This one is one of the more sought after Treehouse beers that they have, though they have been brewing it quite a bit more lately. Um, Juice Machine was actually the very first Treehouse beer I ever drank. I happened to come across it by accident, really. And at the time, I hadn't really had a hazy IPA quite like that before, and it blew my socks off. I've had it a couple times since then, and each time the beer just fails to disappoint. It's exactly what the name calls. Juice Machine. You can see up there in the picture, it's got a pineapple, it's got a mango, it's got some other citrusy fruits. Looks like strawberries, maybe. Yeah, it is a fantastic beer. But today, we are going to review the most recent batch that was brewed on 2/5/20, and it actually says something funny on the bottom of the can there. See if you can see it. It talks about, hey, laser lips. You can't really see that well. Hey, laser lips, your mama was a snowblower. That is a quote that I don't know, sadly. It's from a movie, it sounds like. Um, but yeah, so without further ado, let's get right into the description of this beer. It's a double IPA, 8.2% alcohol by volume. And let's see what Treehouse says themselves. Juice Machine was originally devised and brewed to support our very first trip to Extreme Beer Festival in 2014. It's essentially a marriage of the King Julius malt bill with a hopping schedule more intense than Very Green. The use of Magnum, Columbus, Amarillo, Citra, and Galaxy creates perhaps our most complex beer, with unapologetic flavors of mango, creamy orange sorbet, papaya, and passion fruit, with wave after wave of juicy hop flavor. In spite of its intensity, it's a pillowy soft and drinks like a true pleasure. It's a mess of hop flavor that takes us to a place that very few of our beers do. It's hop nirvana. Man, they really talked that one up. It's actually kind of surprising. It talks about the actual hop schedule is more intense than Very Green. Very Green, I think, is like one of the most hop forward beers that they make, and it's also the probably my favorite beer that they make. But yeah, so very excited to try this iteration of Juice Machine. Let's get right into it, shall we? Got my Three Floyds Zombie Dust glass ready to take this beer in. Oh, yeah. Loads of juice and citrus. Let's give that a nice pour. Can't really see it because of the glass, but you guys probably get the idea. Well, this is going to go right to the top. Careful. Beauteous. Look at that. Perfect pour. Oh, the can smells fantastic. I just had that King Julius not too long ago, so it smells good. Nice head. Not as big as the King Julius, but definitely looks good. The smell, fantastic. This is a little colder than I think I'd want it, so I may leave it sit here for a little bit until it warms up. Does smell fantastic. Lots of pineapple, mango, papaya. I'm not a huge fan of papaya. I don't really know exactly what it tastes like. It's been a while since I've had it. I think I was in like the Caribbean the last time I had it. Yeah, it does smell really good though. Let's give it a taste and see what the Juice Machine is packing. Oh, it made my eyes water. Wow. This beer is exploding with hops. Mm. This is one of my favorite beers that they make, hands down. You know, I didn't really read the hop combination until now in depth, but I'm also a home brewer, so I know a decent amount about different hop combinations. And Columbus is one that isn't really used uh, in many dry hops, which is a shame because it brings this like dank citrus explosion. I did a beer with Mosaic, Simcoe, and Columbus dry hopped, and it was probably the best beer I've ever made. This more of the same. This is a good batch. Mm. That is hop nirvana, as they say in the description. I'm glad I let this cool down a little bit in the hops. This is brewed on 2.5.20. So still, it's about 2 years or 2 years, 2 weeks old at this point, but it is good. It's dank and just fresh citrus and juice, aka juice machine. Who would have thought it? Fantastic beer. Very, very good. The mouthfeel is very soft, very pillowy. Like a cloud. It's still pretty intense with the hops. I just had a very green not too long ago, and I guess I will say that I haven't done a side by side of the two, but it's probably more intense than very green. Just considering I had them not too long ago. So I'm gonna let this warm up, and I'll be back in a second. So the beer is warmed up a little bit. I'm gonna give it another try. Mm. Oh gosh, as it warms up, it gets even better. I started sloshing beers around a little bit in my mouth. My wife makes fun of me, but I think that actually makes a load of difference when you're trying to taste a beer and get all of the individual flavors out. I don't know if Cicerones do that or not, but I don't know. Leave in the comments below. Fantastic beer. The verdict, I will say, it is not my favorite Treehouse beer. I have a couple that I like a little bit more, but I will give this juice machine a solid 4.5 out of 5. It narrowly misses that 4.75 mark, which is the highest I've ever rated a Treehouse beer. Um, but it's just maybe a little bit too strong on the hops, which is hard to even say because I feel like I'm kind of a hophead. But very delicious beer, very drinkable. 8.2% alcohol goes by like nothing. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video of the Juice Machine review by Treehouse Brewing Company. I'm glad that they're starting to release this a lot more. If you ever get your chance to get your hands on it, please do so. It's a fantastic beer. At a 4.5 out of 5 in my rating, I can say that I have heavily endorsed the Juice Machine. So if you like what you've seen here in this beer review, you want to see more or other kind of videos in the future, please remember to comment, like, and subscribe to the Hopcast. And we'd love to see you around a little bit more. This is Kevin signing out. Cheers.